Welcome to the channel formerly known as Guncle Tarot. My name is Brian Griffin. The official channel name has always been my name, but it has displayed as Guncle Tarot and effective immediately is now displaying as No Gentle Trophy. So this is an introduction to the new channel content and the name, etc. So the name is taken from the title poem from my chapbook, This Future is No Gentle Trophy, which contains the original content of my old chapbook, In Pursuit of a Dream, material from the 1970s and 80s, along with 6 or 8 pages of new material written this century. And as one might gather from that selection, my mental health journey has been bumpy, and certainly for the last 15 years, a long process of unmasking pretty much everything except my sexual orientation, masking that began at birth, if not before. I'm what's known as, sometimes known as a rainbow child. I was the first born after mom had a miscarriage. And there were other fun things that get discussed on my blog, briangriffin.com, and sometimes on my Instagram account, Brian Griffin, and other videos here on this channel. So I chose the name from that book because that's pretty much what my life is these days, not just mental health recovery, but a future I did not expect to have in a world I could not have imagined. And while I still read tarot cards, I still have a couple of dozen decks of tarot and another couple dozen of non-tarot oracle decks. This channel has not had real significant tarot content in some time. It has always been a mix, but it's definitely much less tarot. I don't know what I expected to be doing when I joined the quote-unquote tarot tube, YouTubers who focus on tarot cards and decks and readings. But it has not been a big part of it. I have long had issues with capitalism, consumption-based society, etc. And so promoting, buying, spending lots and lots of money on decks is a issue for my brain to wrap around. In fact, I have a video from 2023, How Much Jeuje Do You Want? And I will link to that. Basically looking at how much fancy stuff do you want, as opposed, and then how much do you need in a deck. The essence of the card is the artwork and the images and what the images bring up in your head. Now, I have decks that have gilded edges and they're very pretty. I have cards on some glorious cardstock, and those are all very nice, but they're not essential. All of the decks that I have designed and published through the Game Crafter are on 320 GSM black core stock. It's a nice stock, it's thick enough, flexible enough, etc. It's a great stock. That's really, Tarot Tube and I don't really have a lot in common from a content people, creating content. Watching, I love watching. I will do occasional VR tags, but it's not the main part, etc. So it was time to remove tarot from the title of the channel. It has been for a while. It was a matter of deciding what to call it. Again, mental health journey, big topic here. So the content going forward will be whatever strikes my fancy. I am a photographer, and I love playing with digital photography as well as having started on film. And computers and I go way back to the early 80s. Video and I do not have a connection the same way. So I hate editing, I hate the sound of my voice, I hate looking at myself, all that sort of stuff. So not going to be huge numbers of videos and not going to be fancy. I appreciate those who do that, who have the skill or learn to do that and want to do that. I love watching it. It's great. It's not me. And again, part of this is a reaction to capitalism and consumption and all that sort of stuff. So it's not going to be super pretty. It's not going to be high production value, but it's going to be me in my honest journeys, discovering who I am at my core, and the processing everything that led to all that alphabet of letters, DAD, DID, dissociative amnesia, complex PTSD, sexual compulsion, drug habits, etc. But also optimism. Yes, I have some optimism. I am in the process of moving back to Canada, where I was born and where I spent the first almost 40 years of my life, and bringing my husband back with me and spending the last years with my biologicals, as I call them, family, deeply loving, accepting family, and who have adopted Jason, my husband, as a brother. So that's something I'm working on, and so there will be some mention of that here and there. There is the self-discovery. Who knows? I might pull out a deck and do a walkthrough of an oldie. I'll do tags, whatever. It's just going to be me trying to understand this not gentle future that I am living in. And if it interests you, come along and let's see what happens.